What's good, people? Coming at you with your TNA Impact review. My bad. We open up the show with a very, very, very cool video package, basically recapping basic storyline leading up to lockdown. I love them video recaps, but down to business. We kicked off the show. Oh, before that, Paul Bearer, they dedicated the show to him. I thought that was really cool. But, rest in peace, Paul. We're going to miss you. But we kicked Impact off with Austin Aries basically saying Bully Ray told him he'd never be World Heavyweight Champion again, and he wanted to prove him wrong. So he then called out Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy came out, and I guess he had answered the challenge. I'm not really sure, but he got attacked by Aries. And you already know when these two step in the ring, for some reason they just oddly work really well together. I don't know what it is. Because if I'm correct, I don't think they had ever met in the ring before. Bound for Glory. That was their very first match. But they never had a match, but before that at least. But anyway, Austin Aries attacked him while he was giving the fans the high fives. The bell rung. That's something I love about TNA. We ain't gotta break up shit to get the bell rung. Once they get in that ring, it don't matter if they still fighting. That bell gonna ring. But Aries started whooping on Hardy. Beating the living hell out of him. And I just love how he does Hardy's little dance. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. This was a pretty good match. Really good. For a TV match and for a show opener. But it ended with a no contest when the very boring Matt Morgan troll kicked Jeff Hardy in the face. I guess he getting title shot at Slammiversary. These two do have a past, and they've shown they can work well together, so I guess that could be good. But when he did that, he said, no, that wasn't enough. So he took Hardy out of the ring, put his head by the steel pole. He was gonna hit the blueprint, the carbon footprint. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the carbon footprint. He was gonna hit that while Hardy's head was there. Oh, damn. Sorry, I'm watching Bellator. But yeah, he was gonna do it, and then Bully came out. And the fact that Bully's going way over the top of this babyface shit tells me right now he turning heel at Lockdown. So he turning heel. But I believe next, I'm not going to order. That's too confusing. But D'Lo Brown was revealed to be the leader of Ace Inmates. I called it. I know it was him. And it was him. He came out. Kurt Angle, no, I'm sorry. Wes Briscoe came out first. He started mouthing off, and I think this guy continues to get better on the mic. He said, what did he say? I wasn't paying attention, but Kurt Angle came out and said he made a bad decision, trusting Wes, and that he was going to rectify that decision. When he beats Wes with the mission of his life this Sunday at Lockdown. And then he said he wasn't going to wait till Lockdown. He was going to go down to the ring and beat his ass, and that's what he did. I found it funny how Wes was shot. He tried to take Kurt Angle down, and I'm sitting there like, that's like trying to take down a UFC fighter. That shit just ain't gonna happen. But when I started doing their brawl, they got back in the ring, and D'Lo and I forgot who the other guys were. They came down, and the other guys they were holding Kurt Angle down, and Wes Briscoe was getting held down by D'Lo. Kurt Angle kept pointing at D'Lo to the guys and telling them, that's him, and they were so confused. And when Kurt Angle, I think he was going for Wes, either Wes or D'Lo, I'm not sure, but D'Lo ended up kicking him in the nuts. And then D'Lo got on the mic and basically said he came to reclaim a little clubhouse souvenir, something like that, basically meaning his mask. And then he just left, you know. Up next, it was Sting versus Devon, and a really weird thing happened. A guy in the crowd, I'm not sure what this was, but I'm not sure if it was staged or what. When I saw it again, it kind of looked like Garrett Bischoff. Try watching it again and see if you can see what I can see. It kind of looked like Garrett Bischoff, but I think it was a regular fan. He threw a drink and Sting's face, and this match went by so quick. Sting was bleeding. I don't know why he was bleeding, but he was bleeding, and he got back in the ring, able to boot, and got pinned. I noticed after the match he was talking to Earl Hebner a lot. So I don't know what was happening with that, but damn. I don't know what. Sting just was bleeding. What's with the old guys always bleeding these days? Ric Flair especially. He always played himself. But anywho, we had a six-person mixed tag team match. Gail Kim and Bad Influence, aka Kaz and Daniels, versus Chavo and Hernandez. I cannot stand Chavo. Hernandez is decent. And the Knockouts champ over Sky. Pretty good match. I love the bench, how they all were diving outside the ring. Daniels dive was second, because Hernandez, this kid he had an amazing dive. But Velvet had got the hot tag, and she was paying attention. So went outside the ring. She turned around and got hit with Eat Defeat, and Gail Kim got the win for her team. And I love how she was just arguing with Karen Terrell. It was very entertaining. But hopefully Gail wins the title and she can help rebuild this division. Up next, I believe it was the gut check decision, and Eva Lee, she got eliminated. I was shocked. I was like, what the fuck just happened? How does the person that won the match that made the other dude, that made the other girl tap out? How did she get eliminated first? But she got eliminated, and they said yes to Lady Top of it. Proud of her for that. But how did Eva Lee not get this? I don't see how they didn't pick her to win. Hopefully it's just storyline wise, because she was phenomenal in the ring. I don't care what he has. But and the crowd, they knew Eva Lee should have won too, because, and by the way, that crowd was on fire tonight, but they knew she should have won, because they booed the shit out of Lady Top, but they booed the shit out of her. Oh, that was crazy. I thought she was John Cena for a minute, but she got the hell beat out of her. And Kenny King, my man Kenny King, this guy is gold. He got the X Division sign with the X. He got that design on the back of his head. That's amazing. That's crazy. I don't know who did that. I'm trying to go. I need to go again and get my next haircut, but that was crazy. This guy, I really think he can build this X Division. But up next, it was Magnus and Samoa Joe versus two Aces and Ace members. I think it was Doc and Garrett Bischoff. Pretty decent tag match. It ended with Samoa Joe and Magnus actually deciding that they want to work together, and they actually hit their tag team finisher from when they were a team. Pretty cool to see that. And Magnus and Joe won. And then it was announced that Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray would have a confrontation at the end of the show. Pretty good stuff. Was that it? Or I know there was one more match. It was James Storm versus Anderson, Mr. Anderson, aka Mr. Kennedy, for those of you who don't know who he is. I didn't see the match because there was only like 3 minutes. For some reason, the best of 3 matches for the Lockdown, they're always quick. I don't know why. But it was like 3 minutes, so I didn't really get to see it. I saw the ending. Storm was going for the last call super kick, and anyone notice how he rips off a lot of other wrestlers? I'll get into that later, but yeah, he was going for the kick. Aces and Eights came down, and then Team TNA came down. And I don't see why Aces and Eights backed up, because it was like every member from Aces and Eights. It was like 10 of them, and only like 3 TNA guys out there. So, but Storm got distracted and got hit with the mic check by Anderson. And once they were done, and Aces and Eights has the man advantage, pretty obvious because the heel team will always get the man advantage in those matches. I don't care what you say, but the heel team will always get the man advantage. Up next, what did we have? I think it was it? Oh, where the hell is Bobby Roode at? I haven't seen him in forever. Where is he? But yeah, I think we had the face-to-face confrontation of Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray, and this bromance needs to quit. I got a rant coming out about this build to the match because I'm not digging it. But you already know it's gonna be a good match. But yeah, they basically said, Bully said as usual, you know, I respect you. And he said something that caught my eye. He said, Jeff, you know, I'm proud of you for becoming world champion, but I'm mostly proud of you because you've had so many demons in your life, and you escaped from all those demons. You got them out of your life, and you know, basically saying Jeff's clean now, and I'm proud of Jeff. So I think a lot of people are proud of Jeff. He's turned his life around, you know, for the better. And Egomaniac. Oh my God. Oh shit. Egomania came out, yeah, and basically said the winner of this match at Lockdown will bring TNA into the future. I actually don't like that. I wish they would have built on that shit from the start of this feud. I wish we would have found out who was going to face Jeff the first week in London, but hey, not going to complain until I get to the rant. But anyway, damn. Anyway, though, Jeff got on the mic and said he was proud of Bully too, and then Bully got back on the mic and said he's proud of his own accomplishments, but he's not proud of himself. You know, he won't be proud of himself until he wins that world title, and I don't agree with that. I think Bully, if this guy doesn't win a world title, he deserves one. He should have had one a long time ago. But if he doesn't, he will still go down in history as one of the best. No one can and no one will argue with me on that because you already know it's true. He will go down as the best. Jeff Hardy, you know, he's one of the greatest too. He's not the best wrestler, but it doesn't matter if you hit him 11. He will go down as the best. And I see both these guys going into the Hall of Fame. Maybe both TNA and WWE. But anywho, they shook hands, and Aces and Eights came down, and everybody came out brawling, Team TNA and Jeff and Bully. And closed out Impact. Overall, it was a good Impact tonight. Pretty good. I just didn't like the build to the Hardy and Bully match, and I'll get into that rant tomorrow. Right before my SmackDown review. But people, hope you enjoyed that review of TNA Impact. I will see you all later. Have a nice day.